Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I've got a awesome prize picks entry. It's a 4-man, 200 to win 4,000. I'm going to lock it in live on this video. If you love prize picks, you love watching football, and you love watching sports and playing daily fantasy, I'm your guy. Hit the subscribe button. Before we get into today, I want to recap how the day went. Let me take my sunglasses off. Look you guys in the eye, man to man. Look, I'm going to recap my wins and my losses, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Today was a profitable day, so I should be happy. But I feel like freaking crying. And I feel like I got sucker punched because I was this fucking close. This close to $5,000. Kills me. But I cannot complain. I have to stick to the system, trust the process. $200 every entry, and by the end of the season we'll have made a huge profit. So I just wanted to vent to y'all, and I just wanted to open up, and I just wanted to say, look, I want to go to bed right now. It's 11 p.m. I'm exhausted. I watched football all day. I know you're thinking, how are you exhausted from that? I have a newborn baby, and at the end of the day, man, the reason I'm fucking grinding right now is because of y'all. So before we get into the picks, I just wanted to tell y'all thank you so much for giving me a purpose in life and letting me fulfill my dream of making content about football for a living, okay? Because shit gets hard sometimes, and at the end of the day, the fact that you guys are here means the world to me. So, fucking love you boys, and I'm going to get this shitty webcam out of your face. Let's get into the plays. This is our win today. This is why we should be happy, right? I'm devastated, though, because Luke McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's brother, who I hyped up last night, I thought for sure this guy was going to go over. No. So, we should have won another 2 racks right here. We didn't. We should have won another 2 racks last night on the Hawaii game. We didn't. E.J. Smith, Emmitt Smith's son, and they let him touch the ball 5 times. So, we have been close to making a lot of money. Prize Picks even limited me to $50 today for second half plays, which, you know, it is what it is. I was crushing them, and this was my second half play. They limited me to 50, so hey, they saved me $150 because it lost. But lost a couple $200 plays here, and then this was the play that just crushed me, guys. I was so close to $5,000. Frank Harris should have got the ball one more time and hit it. This second half play right here, no regrets, but in hindsight, if I had just stuck to these 4 and made my $2,000 on a 4-man, that would have been absolutely awesome. It is what it is, though. I turned 200 into 400, and I feel like crap about it. So that's Prize Picks in a nutshell. If you play, you know the feeling. So let's go to LSU. We're on the receivers. Let's select the quarterbacks here. We're going to go LSU, FSU. Now, if you guys remember, there's a viral clip I had on Instagram and TikTok last year of this game. I forget what happened, but I lost. I lost my bet. Maybe I had money on FSU and LSU came back and actually won. I forget what happened, but I lost in devastating fashion. Let's just get straight into the receivers, though, and let's look at some of the game logs and where we're going to go with this. So we have a few options here. For LSU, there's only one receiver. But for Florida State, I'm going to look at these 2 receivers. Keon Coleman is a stud, 6'4", freak of nature, and he's transferring in from Michigan State. Johnny Wilson was the receiver 2 for most of last season. The receiver 1 has moved on. He is NFL, borderline, practice squad type guy. But Johnny Wilson's going to be the receiver 1. I mean, one of these guys is going to be the receiver 1. To be honest, it's hard to tell, but Johnny Wilson has a history with Jaden Daniels. So, not Jaden Daniels, my bad, with Jordan Travis from last year. So, you kind of lean towards the guy that's been there, right? So, here's Keon Coleman transferring in from Michigan State. You look at the box score here, or not box score, you look at the game log here. It looks pretty freaking good. Him to get 60 yards, against an SEC defense, though. He hasn't been playing SEC defenses, right? The Big Ten defenses. I mean, against Michigan, he balls out 155 yards. Against Ohio State, not sure what happened there. I honestly didn't go that deep into research, but pretty impressive box score, right? Wanted to pull up the game from last year. So we've got Jordan Travis, Jaden Daniels, same quarterbacks, same receiver over here in Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson got 3 receptions, 60 yards last year. Pokey Wilson's out of there. He's gone. So all of that market share is up for grabs. Now, they're bringing in a stud, but at the same time, I like Johnny Wilson here as the Florida State receiver. Now, on the flip side of the ball, Malik Neighbors last year, he didn't even come close to his total, right? You look at this market share, it's scary. LSU's one of those schools that will have like 10 good receivers, and the star receiver can get buried. It's similar to what we're seeing at USC right now with Caleb Williams, where Caleb Williams can go out there and throw for 300 yards, but nobody hits their over. None of the receivers hit their over because the passes are spread out so much. So what I'm looking at here, and I already got it pulled up over here. Here, I want to look at Malik Neighbors' game log. And what you see throughout the season is he kind of just blended in the first part of the season. Then these last 4 games, he goes apeshit. 129, 69, 128, 168. It was like what happened was Daniels and Neighbors, their chemistry just shot through the roof, right? And this Georgia game is probably the most comparable. Yeah, they lost by 20, but good matchup, SEC championship. We look at this box score, and Malik Neighbors, receiver 1, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, 5 receptions. I like what I see there, right? I like what I see, and there's 500 passing yards, so we shouldn't expect 500. There's really 2 angles you guys can take with this. I personally think the revenge spot, just as a straight better in a sports book, I like the revenge spot for Florida State at home here. They lost a close one on the road last year, so I'd lean towards that. It's going to be a close game, though. And it could be fast, it could be slow. It's very difficult to predict the pace of play, right? Everybody has their game plan until they get into the game. One big play can break it open, and then all of a sudden these 2 teams are going back and forth. So I prefer to just go with something that's correlated, whether you go overs or unders. I'm going to go overs. It's a hell of a lot more fun, and you get the 10x payout. So look, I could say, hey, it's going to be a slow game, not a lot of passing, a lot of running. Well, look, the payout shift hits here. So it's 8x. But if I come over here and I go with all of the mores, go with all the overs, it's going to be 10x. So that right there is beautiful. Now, the biggest thing I want to show you guys in this video before I lock anything in is I have, let's see, we have the quarterbacks, then we have Neighbors and Wilson. If you go to a sports book and you place a same game parlay, which the rules of a same game parlay work the exact same as a power play on Prize Picks. If I were to put $200 on these same 4 players, which I acknowledge that the numbers are slightly more or less, the numbers aren't the exact same, but that's not really that big of a deal, okay? It is, but it isn't. In this case, it's 4 players. They're paying $200 to win 1,127. $200 to win 1,100, whereas this is $200 to win 2,000. It's really $200 to win 1,800, because in the sports book they're paying out what you risk, and here they're just paying the 2,000 flat. I don't really want to make this all about math and just kind of overwhelm y'all, but there's serious opportunity to attack quarterback receiver duos over together. So sometimes I'll genuinely love a receiver's over, and I don't really care for the quarterback, but I'll take the quarterback with him because that correlation, when you're building that correlation between the quarterback and receiver, the stack is where the value is created. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I was the first person to publicly put this out there, and I made my clients, my VIP clients last year, over 150 units of profit. Now I'm putting this out to the public. A lot of other people put it out to the public, but I was the first to really jump all over this. And I'm huge into sports. I love DFS. I love sports betting, but the math is what gets me the most fired up, because when you're betting with an edge, it feels freaking good. Now, with that said, last minute, I'm tempted to take Keon Coleman here, right? I'm tempted to do it. It's tough, guys. But I think I'm going to go Johnny Wilson here. It is tough. I'm going to go Johnny Wilson, though. Let's lock it in. So we're taking the overs. Hopefully the game will go to double overtime. Hopefully we'll get quick scores. We'll get passing. Hopefully the pace of play will be fast, but you never know. All we have to do is win 1 out of 8, and we're profitable. If you win 1 out of 8 of these, you're profitable. So that's all I've got for you guys. If you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want picks, join the private group and hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Just so y'all can see the final play, I'll keep clicking share. Actually, no, let's go to my entries. I'll go to my entries. Y'all can look at it right there. 200 wins 2,000. Let's freaking go, boys. That's your free pick. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I just appreciate y'all. That's the last thing I want to say is I freaking appreciate y'all. So thanks for watching the video.